Hi everybody, good morning, welcome back! I just want to let you know it's Saturday today and I have had the most chill, lovely morning. It has been so divine. Dan and I have been practicing a little bit of sleep banking. Aura had an update over the last few months where it started calculating your sleep debt, and it just shows you how many hours you need to catch up on to get back to your standard state of being, if you will. And so we've decided that on mornings where we don't have anything, usually we would have like forced ourselves to get up and continue with our morning routine. But over the last few weeks where life feels a little bit heavy, some of us are getting sick, we're feeling like we need a little extra love and extra sleep, we're just like, you know what, let's just practice sleep banking. Okay, let's have a little sleep in. So we did that this morning and it felt so good. And I've just been having a very, very chill day. And I wanted to actually just like sit and chat with you this morning because I wasn't planning on actually filming today, but we're just kind of taking this as like our reset errands day. This last week of February is kind of like our last chill week before we hit the ground running, and like spring is full on and we're traveling for so much of March and April, and then it's every day May, and it's just like, you know, crazy things coming up. So we're like, this is our last week of chill, so let's just chill a bit. So we're gonna chill together this weekend, my friends. But I'm starting this video immediately with no cutie little slow morning intro or anything because I just had to talk to you about the video I uploaded last night and just tell you about the LOL morning that I've had. So last night I posted my Pale Gal everyday makeup routine, and this morning I was reading all of your guys' comments on it, and it was just so nice having a big chat. And I think that a lot of you, and myself included, have come to the conclusion, thank you so much for helping me on this journey, by the way, that I have a pale olive skin tone, a pale olive undertone. And so I was just going through the comments, looking at your guys' recommendations and just answering a few of them, and, you know, writing a list of all the things that I need to buy. And it was so funny because I just went on a wormhole this morning of like pale olive skin tone products, like colors that suit it best, what have you. And I stumbled across a video that Lisa Eldridge posted recently, like literally a month ago, all about olive undertones. And I laughed so hard. I'm like, I have been a subscriber of Lisa Eldridge for years and years and years. And I totally missed that video because to me, like, olive skin tones have always been like deeper skin tones in my brain. Like if you said I had an olive complexion, I would picture like a deeper olivey, kind of like a greeny undertone. And when you do like a fake tan, you can either have like a really warm bronzy fake tan, or you can have like a more green olivey fake tan. So I hadn't really considered until recently that I could be like a pale olive undertone, and so many of you guys have been commenting this recently. Anyway, I went on this deep dive, saw this video from Lisa Eldridge, and lo and behold, the shade that I'm using in her skin tint, the T1.5, is the shade that she made for olive skin tones. So what do you know? No wonder it's the tone that I have been loving so much, the shade that I've been loving. So I just wanted to say apologies that I had totally missed the boat on that one. I hear you, I see you. Thank you so much to everyone for the comments, and it was such a great video. If you're kind of like me and you've been struggling to find shades of makeup that just work for your natural skin tone, that was a really good eye-opening video. Obviously Lisa is like the makeup and color theory and just everything magician. She's so incredible and is just a plethora of knowledge. And Lisa brought up a lot of points actually that we had covered in kind of the multitude of seasons testing that we've done, where it's like a skin tone that kind of suits silver and gold jewelry. Like you can kind of go either way. It's someone who enjoys more muted, the desaturated colors. That conversation came up a lot in the comments on that video, and it was just interesting seeing that breakdown. It was so great, and it just kind of clicked for me. It made a lot of sense, where if you're like me and makeup in general just either pulls very pink or very yellow and kind of always makes you look a little bit sick, this video was like so validating to watch, and I just got so excited, where again I just spent all morning just doing a deep dive, watching a ton of videos, looking at makeup products, looking up colors. I have a list that I want to go check out at the mall today, and I just wanted to thank you guys and also Lisa Eldridge for inspiring this moment. And we're just gonna go have a little play, shall we? Let's just dive deep into this, and then if we find some things I'll probably like film a separate video of me doing that makeup. But just wanted to say, oh my gosh, so validating to have watched that. It was so great, and I felt like I just learned a lot today. And I also wanted to address the one comment someone said said that she feels that it's a little bit jarring whenever I refer to pale skin and like pale skin makeup as sickly looking or translucent, or just this whole idea that I think people assume that I believe that pale skin isn't beautiful, and that's just not the case. So I kind of wanted to put that to rest right now in this moment, because it's absolutely not what I believe. I do not think that pale skin isn't beautiful. There are so many people with just the most beautiful, milky, gorgeous pale skin, and it just looks divine. A few of the celebrities that come to mind immediately are like the classic, you know, Nicole Kidman walks around with an umbrella. She has the most gorgeous pale skin ever. Emma Stone, Sophie Turner, Nicole, what's her, the Bridgerton gal, Kate Winslet, Kate Blanchett. There's so many beautiful, pale skinned girlies out there in the world, but kind of that common denominator amongst all of them is that they just have this really beautiful, very healthy, clear, milky, creamy, gorgeous pale skin. And myself in particular, I've spent a lot of years in the sun. It's actually a whole separate discussion that we could have. It's a discussion I've had before on my channel, where I grew up in multiple scenarios where I was led to believe that my personal pale skin was ugly. It was something that I was always made fun of for. I am an only child between my two parents, and then the rest of my siblings are either splitting with gorgeous Eastern European descent. They have gorgeous, you know, deeper skin tones. They tan very well in the summer, and I was just always the pale, kind of freckly one. And then my other siblings are black, and they're perfect and beautiful, and just, you know, the melanin is there, and it is so gorgeous. And I was kind of always teased growing up for always looking like I was ill, or just being so pale that I would kind of like disappear in photos next to my friends and family. So many of my best friends are of Middle Eastern descent, and they're just all so gorgeous and dark and just, you know, it's just certainly my personal experience where my paleness was absolutely never celebrated. It's just interesting where we could unpack the societal beauty standards, and you know, every corner of the planet has their different definition and different beauty ideal, and it's very interesting, and we could unpack that all deeply further. There's certainly a larger discussion that could be had, but I'm just telling you, this is my own personal experience. And the day that I had discovered fake tan, whether you like it or not, okay, the day I discovered fake tan was the day where I was like, wow, I feel really beautiful. And whether or not you think that that's sad, it is just the truth. It is the experience that I have had, and I'm very happy to and interested in finding the products and the things that work for me, so that I may celebrate the skin that I am in. You know, love the skin that you're in. But alas, we're gonna feel how we feel, and I love to embrace certain things depending on the scenario. You know, in the winter months when we're bundling up and feeling toasty and warm and feeling a little bit more icy and cool toned, like, I'm down to rock with the pale, okay? No problem. I will happily go on searches and find the products that work and allow me to celebrate my skin tone as it is. And then sometimes, you know, the summertime rolls around, I want to feel beachy. I want to embrace the joys of the summertime and the sunshine without harming my skin, and I'm trying my best to avoid another patch of pre-melanoma being removed from my body. Thank you so much. And I'm trying to be sun safe. So how can I do all of those things while also not disappearing into the glistening speckles of sand? I'm gonna put a fake tan on, and I'm going to embrace the bronzy summer skin without hurting my skin, you know? So this is where we've reached, and if I want to put a tan on, then so be it. And it just so happens, regardless of what you think, whenever I put a tan on, that's when I get the most compliments. Whenever I have a fresh tan on and I post a little get ready with me or something, those are the videos that also do well, because we live in this society that definitely celebrates that beauty standard. And again, I just want to say that has been my own experience, but just to circle back, because I felt like I got a little lost there, I absolutely think that all skin tones are beautiful, please. Then I absolutely do not believe otherwise. Everybody is beautiful in the skin that they're in, and how you feel is definitely the most important. Whatever makes you feel beautiful in this short, lovely life that we have here on the planet, do what you gotta do, okay? So, all that being said, I was very excited to dive deep into this and to learn that I am not crazy, and that there are absolutely products that make you look like you're ill or just look wrong. And again, it was so beautiful seeing that olive undertone discussion just seemed to have a lot of that. And a lot of products as they are can pull really, really green or really, really pink and kind of make you look like you are unwell and pull out the greens in the skin. And so it was just so fun, and I felt like I learned a lot. And if you have been feeling the same way, then I highly recommend watching that video. And that was all I kind of wanted to put out there. Hi, really quick, I am popping in from the editing room. I have paused the walking pad because I realized I never actually finished this thought. what I was trying to say by bringing up points from my childhood and saying that like my paleness was never necessarily celebrated, or it never felt like it was in line with the beauty standards. Part of that I feel like has been because I've never been able to find the products that have worked, or I've been kind of searching somewhere else, where this whole like pale or fair olive skin tone has kind of opened up a new door of finding products that actually work for me. And where previously any of these like more fair skinned or pale skin toned foundations and products that I've used have made me look sick, or like some of my favorite formulas, like I said, when the formulas are in those lighter shades, they're a little bit more chalky, they're a little bit less dewy, they're less kind of glowing on the skin, and they have that like chalky, separated, pigmented dryness that appears. So whatever products that I would use when I am in my natural state would kind of make me look sick. And this whole conversation that Lisa was having about the pale olive skin tone was that these products do in fact pull out the green in your skin, therefore making you feel and appear like you're sickly or sallow. So now if products are being made to kind of suit this weird little nuanced undertone, and if we're able to find beauty products that do emphasize the beauty that can be in these pale skin tones that these makeup artists seem to possess, like all of these kind of fairer skinned celebrities, when they're on the red carpet, they have these like gorgeous kind of gray, icy beige looks. You can tell that they're working with stylists who really know what colors accentuate and pull out the beauty in that skin tone that kind of a lot of us don't necessarily have access to. So it's been so fun kind of just diving more into this, seeing it. I'm interested to keep playing with it, but also kind of going back to like the doing our seasons and finding out what colors work with us better. Like there's a few videos that I posted even this last winter where I've been doing some swaps in my wardrobe, being like, wow, this like bright red blouse I would have never thought I could wear when I am more pale. I would have thought that would make me look sick. And it's kind of all just coming full circle, I guess. It's not to say that, again, I don't think that pale skin is not beautiful. It's just that the products and the clothing that I have been wearing and the colors that I have been leaning toward have never really worked well for my natural skin tone. And this is gonna be like a fun little journey to go on, and I think it'll be like a discussion that we have. I'm not giving up fake tan, okay? Like I'm going to a sunshiny location next week and I'm probably gonna put a fake tan on, and that just like suits the vibe that I'm going for. And I also just wanted to say again on that, like I can naturally tan very well. I never forget, I talked about it forever. It was such a funny thing, but the summer of 2018 is the most succulent deep tan I'd had in my life. I'd never been in the sunshine, or like I'd never gone on a sunshiny vacation before 2017 and like tanned. And I'm not saying that that's a good thing, okay? Because I've learned my lesson. I tanned and I have been a, you know, a 90s baby millennial sitting in the fake tanning beds, and I had to deal with the consequences in my skin by having some very real skin cancer scares. So I know that I'm able to tan in the sun, but the cost is not worth the enjoyment of a short-lived tan. So that's where the fake tan comes into play, where it's like, okay, I still want to have that look. I still want to like bask in my summery skin and wear my Picante blush and just like be beachy and summery, but I also don't want skin cancer. So it's just like a marrying of the two worlds. Fake tans can be so fun. Fake tans can make you feel so good. Like regardless of where this conversation leads, I have the skin that I have. I'm excited to find products that work for me. And then when events pop up and summery things pop up and I want to get a little spray tan or put my fake tan on, that's so okay too. And we know a very thorough list of wonderful products that work for us when we are in that moment. So just want to pop in here and hopefully wrap that up. That's all I was trying to say, and then we can, you know, continue with the vlog. Okay, bye. I pulled out one of my favorites actually, MAC Blush Please. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous blush that I actually often do pull out in moments like these. And I put it on and I was like, yeah, even this one does pull a little bit peachy. Lisa was also talking about her 0N lip pencil, which I've spoken about many times, I've used many times, and I wanted to insert the last master swatch photo that I took with my last nubbin of the original NYX Nude Beige, because it does not exist and I have never found an exact dupe for it. And so I'll put that here for you to either pause or screenshot or what have you. There's so many products that have been close, and there's so many products that are beautiful and that I love, but yeah, an exact dupe has never actually been found. So products like this, like the Lisa Eldridge 0N, are so beautiful, but they definitely just pull a little bit warmer. Just a little bit, just a smidge. So yeah, it feels like it's a little bit warm, but again, it's not like a bad look. It doesn't look bad, but I think we could certainly find some more cooler toned options, and that's gonna be the goal today. Also, I really wanna refill my Bare Lilac because I've been scraping this long enough. I feel like it's getting really gross. And I officially can't get any more of the product on the bottom or right there on the top. So thank you so much to everyone who's been along with me for this chat. It's always so fun to learn new things, learn new fun facts, and then also see what products are working out for those of you who have the similar undertones and skin tones. And so I'm happy to continue the chat. So I just wanted to get ready with you this morning, and then we're gonna head out on a little olive-inspired shopping adventure. In other random exciting news, we restocked our Gorilla Mind energy drinks at the P.O. box, which means that I was lovingly reacquainted with blackberry lemonade. Dear Gorilla, please, please, bring this to Canada. Guys, I don't know why the mall is busier than it was during the holidays right now. It's crazy. I've never seen every parking spot filled at Metrotown. This is wild. I'm kind of scared. A rainy Saturday perhaps wasn't the best day to come to the mall. First up on the list is the Shiseido Revitalizing Skin Glow Foundation. I think that's what it's called. And it showed that the Shoppers Drug Mart at Metrotown carries it. So that's where we're going first. Like a mixture of those two, I feel like is perfect. Good morning, everybody. Reporting live after my workout. I just had the most lovely morning, I have to tell you. I left you hanging yesterday because last week, like, I don't know if I said this, maybe I did, but I was so sick last week. I just was knocked out in the most random way, and I just really quickly have to tell you about it. Last Monday, I woke up from my slumber and I had pulled my neck in my sleep. You know, it's one of those annoying things where you wake up on the wrong side of the bed and you're like, whoa, why can't I turn my neck from side to side? It was crazy. And usually that goes away within a couple of hours, or like I'll be sore, maybe I won't do my upper body day that day, if I switch my workouts around, you know, what have you. No, it like knocked me out. It was so crazy. I was in so much pain. I literally couldn't move my neck side to side. I was literally just like this for 2 full days. But then it got to the point where it gave me like a fever feeling. Like I was so achy that like my whole body had chills, and it was weird. And I was Googling it, and it was like, yeah, neck pain or like neck pull can kind of attack your nervous system and like give flu-like symptoms. That led me to having multiple nights of not a great sleep. And then I was just sick. I was just sick in and out of like blowing the nose, the coughing, off and on my heating pad. It wasn't great. So I had a very unproductive week last week. And so I really had to catch up this weekend. And I just have to say, when you're feeling sick, there's nothing better than when you feel better. And I'm not 100%, but I woke up this morning, and today, like a week later, is the first day where I'm like, oh yeah, and I just had the greatest workout. I just had to take some me time, and I went and did my workout solo. There's a life update for you. I'm so sorry if anyone is feeling the same, but just had to let you know. And this morning, I tried the new Lululemon Unrestricted Power Collection. They sent me new leggings, and I just have to report back because I posted it on my story. These are the leggings. This is probably a terrible visual, but they're black leggings, okay? And they also came out with a top, which I have sweat through. I took it off. But the leggings, I love Lululemon leggings. In my opinion, there's no equivalent that I've found. Like, I love a lot of workout brands, and I do wear a lot of things, but the Lululemon leggings are my favorite. I always usually go with the Align. Like, the Align is my most loved. I have a few pairs of the Wonder Unders, and I have some of the like pocket versions for tennis, but usually with Align, it's made for lighter movement. It's made for yoga and stretching and kind of studio vibes. It's not really technically meant for training. That's why they have their Wonder Unders and other training leggings. But if you too love the feeling of the Aligns, you'll know that they move a lot. They're kind of stretchy, they move, whatever. They made these unrestricted power leggings to be for training and to stay put. And the feeling is like it's tight without kind of hurting. Like some leggings can just be too tight and kind of painful and uncomfortable. These are just like snug. You feel ready for action. I kind of feel like Wonder Woman. It's so crazy, and they don't move. It's brilliant. I'm so happy, and what makes me so happy is I also posted this on Instagram, and forgive me if I have the word wrong, but let me just give you a little crotch shot here, okay? They have the front seam, but they have the little gusset. They have the little triangle, and not all of the Lululemon leggings have this. They have the aligns with the front seam, and then they have the no-line aligns, which are great. But you still get a little bit of camel toe vibes in there, okay? Especially if you have some lovely longer labia that like to flippity flap in the wind, like yours truly, okay? You didn't need to know that, but now you do. Having this little triangular moment here is such a dream, and the front seam doesn't get cranked up into your hoochie snatchy when you're doing a friggin' hip thrust into the mirror at a public gym, okay? So, such an upgrade. Gusset, sucked in, tight, lifted, powerful, unrestricted legging from Lululemon. Not an ad, sadly. Lululemon, this would have been a great one. I would have happily done so, but I just had to report back on the leggings because truly one of the best workout leggings that I've ever worn. Happily did my leg day in it today. Thank you so much. Please report back if you end up trying them too. I'm clean and dressed and ready to give you the update on my findings from the mall. I'm going to start off with the House Labs foundation because I have the shade 40 Fair Neutral, and that is the shade that I have been using previously, the one that's the most kind of suited to my skin tone. But this one, as it sits on the skin, as I kind of showed you guys, that it does oxidize, and it's funny, right now on my hand it looks a little bit yellow, but over time it just turns a little bit deeper, a little bit warm. The shade 30 was the other one that was recommended to me. Absolutely not. Like 40 was certainly more suited to me than the shade 30. 30 was a lot more wild than this one was. So that's House Labs. I'm sticking with shade 40, even though it is a little bit deeper, but sometimes it is nice to add a little bit of warmth if you want to just kind of warm the skin up. I know a lot of people do that. A lot of makeup people, regardless of their skin tone, kind of add that warm layer just to add a little extra glimpse of life. So I'm sticking with shade 40. That was confirmed. I did not pick up shade 30. Then, highly recommended to me was the Shiseido Revitalescence Skin Glow. I bought this one in the lightest shade, 110 Alabaster. And I possibly could have gotten another shade, but my point was trying to kind of find something that just works for me naturally. And I actually did try this one on, and it's close, but sorry, I'm just gonna actually swatch these side by side just so I can show you guys what I mean. So while it does technically match, I am in fact the lightest shade that is possible. I wanted to show it to you next to the Lisa Eldridge, and this is kind of a beautiful continuation of the whole pale olive undertone discussion, because this is the Shiseido foundation in Alabaster. This is the Lisa Eldridge 1.5. So as you can see, even as I've just applied this, it does look like it's a little bit deeper, but it's so nicely disappearing into my skin tone. Like as you blend it out, it kind of neutralizes my skin and just blends in so nicely. There's that nice kind of olivey undertone there. Whereas this one, when I put it on my face, this one is almost pulling a little bit pink. If you can see, there's a little bit of that coolness and pinkiness there that when I put that on my face, it was like light enough, but it made me look sick. It added to the gray of my skin, whereas the Lisa one has that little bit of like neutral warmth, that true creaminess that just makes the skin look healthy and kind of elevates it. So this one's like, oh, I'm in some very sterile pale lighting. This one's like, we are warm, we are living, we are healthy, glowy looking. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so crazy to see that side by side. This is the perfect comparison of like pale olive versus pale cool to me. So I did pick that up. If I never use it again, it was worth it just to have this moment together. So that was also not a good shade match. Another just sticking with the Lisa really at this point. Then I went and swatched the new shade of the Tower 28 concealer, and I had actually already ordered it online before I had gone to the mall and swatched it in store, because I was like, oh, this is the olive undertone. I just have to get this one anyway. I haven't tried it on my face yet, so only time will tell, but the original shade that I have is BU, and then the new one that they just came out with, they extended a few shades, like in the lighter and deeper skin tones, but the lighter extension was BW. So if you can see here, BU looks a lot more cool and pinky, whereas the BW has that kind of like green essence. I did my makeup, but I haven't actually put concealer on yet, so I kind of wanted to try this on my face, but when I look at it, I'm like, that's like really, really green. But we'll see how it applies. It almost looks a little bit neon. Like when I swatched it at Sephora, I was like, there's no way that this is gonna work for my skin. Like even this looks so green on my skin. This is BU, which you can see is much more cool, a little bit pink, and this is BW, which is like very, very greeny looking. I feel like a mixture of the two would actually kind of be my perfect shade. And then the shade 1 is just kind of like that Shiseido one where it's just a little bit too pale. It just like is like painting white on my skin. So this is where perhaps the journey for the perfect concealer does in fact continue. It actually, I should have blended this out before I said anything, because once you blend it out, it doesn't look crazy at all. It actually looks great. I just don't thoroughly understand color theory enough to truly understand what's going on. You can tell me that it's like neutralizing the shades in my face and that's why the undertone is perfect, but I still don't understand why. I'm like, why did it look so crazy when I applied that and then it's fine when I blend it out? Like, what? What do you mean? Wow, that's hilarious. Tower 28, I'm sorry for my slanderous preamble there. It looks great. Science. Okay, so BW is the new shade that we're gonna go with. Even when you look at it from afar, you're like, yeah, that makes way more sense. That's so funny! Oh my god, it looks so green! I can't get over it. Ah! So far, this is our winning combination. Fabulous. You have no idea how skeptical I was when I was swatching that at Sephora. That's so funny. I also just wanted to mention my 2 lip liners here. The Merit Bespoke lip liner, as well as the KJH brand Etch, which both of these colors work so beautifully on cool skin. This is Merit Bespoke, this is KJH brand Etch, which you can see Bespoke is that like true gray cool tone shade. KJH brand is a little bit more warm, has a little bit of that pinkiness. So on my lips right now, I do have KJH brand Etch, which is just a little bit deeper. It's a little bit less natural looking on my skin when I am fair like this. But it still works. It still doesn't pull too warm, where a lot of pencils just kind of pull that orangey look on the lips, which is not cute. So those work. I just wanted to mention these really quickly because I didn't include them in that like master swatch list that I showed earlier in the video, because that list is focused on finding a dupe for NYX Nude Beige, which is a classic pencil. These are that like creamier, more wet formula. So like the formula itself isn't a dupe for NYX Nude Beige, which is why I don't include them, even though the formulas are beautiful their own. They're just a little bit more wet, a little bit more creamy, a little less long lasting than like your typical classic pencil. So I just wanted to mention those quickly as well. I also have officially restocked my Bobbi Brown Bare Lilac. Blessings on blessings. How I love this gloss so much. So restocked that, also bought a backup for you guys later. Then I also just wanted to say that I pulled out the Summer Fridays Rosewood Nights Dream Lip Oil, which I've loved so much. I've made my way through so much of this, but again, just in this whole fair-skinned conversation, just wanted to say that this one has that perfect kind of gray undertone as well that is so pretty on fair skin, and it looks so good. Even like wearing my beloved new Reformation chocolate sweater that is also adding to this whole conversation and adding life into my skin, like this little combination, so pretty. Victoria Beckham Bisou, apparently RIP. I hope they're just repackaging it. And then Benefit Dark Cherry, a few of the ones that I've just been loving so much for that deeper lip look that is deep but doesn't look too like dark and vampy. It's still just like pretty. There's a little bit of a softness there, which is so nice. I also wanted to say I received these in PR, the new Makeup Forever Artist Pencil updates. They sent the shade Total Taupe, which is meant to be like the lighter version of Endless Cacao. I don't know why this one doesn't work. I was so excited when I opened this. I thought it would be a beautiful inclusion and like perfect for the fair-skinned life, but I just want to show you it swatched next to the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Sepia. Okay, so here's ABH Sepia. This is Makeup Forever Total Taupe. So you can see, again, there's just a little bit of that grayness. This warmth really pulls and shows on the lips, at least for the pale olive world. Maybe not for everybody, but I just wanted to say I was excited, but that one did not pass the fair test. I would still go with the ABH Sepia, which I just realized was also not included in my master swatch list because it came after. Sorry about that. Now back to the mall adventure. I did put these products into the Sephora bag. I went to 3 different Korean beauty stores because so many of you were screaming at me being like, you need to try K-Beauty. They have all the perfect pale skin, fair skinned light shades. And I was like, say less. I went into a deep dive, as I mentioned, and found a few people who like kind of exclusively use K-Beauty, and I was looking at a few of their top recommendations. I have to tell you about this gal, Ghoul in Japan. Love the username, absolutely brilliant. I took a screenshot from one of her videos that she posted. Her style is definitely not similar to mine. She's very kind of like grungy, gothy, like does a lot of super fun, very creative, very dark and vampy makeup looks. Like all of the product recommendations don't necessarily apply to my like personal style, but her complexion is like fair gal dreams, absolute dreams. And she uses so many products and like skincare products that just looked incredible. So I like stalked her page and looked at a few of her favorites. This one was the Juicy, which was sold out at 3 of the K-Beauty stores I went to. Okay, I just held up 2, you get it. At 3 of the stores I went to, but I did pick up a few others and then I've placed an order online. So I'm currently just waiting for that to arrive. I will follow up this video with a little K-Beauty deep dive and show you guys a few of the things that I picked up. I picked up one of the Tier Cushion Foundations. I picked up some blushes, some lip products. I also picked up a Romand eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna do like a full face little deep dive on the K-Beauty once the rest of my orders come in, but I just want you to know that we actually do have a lot of K-Beauty stores in Vancouver and around Vancouver. So there's a lot of options, which is great. And it just reminded me too of, oh, I used to have a compact from Armani Beauty, and I don't remember where I got it or how or why. It must have come in a PR package once, but it was discontinued at one point in Canada, and I think they only sell it in their Asia markets. But Armani Beauty had a gorgeous, like true, perfect, neutral, pale cushion compact foundation, and I just loved it and I was devastated. I held on to it for many a year. It was certainly expired, I'm sure, but that was like, oh my god, so pretty. And the issue, I guess, like in the Western market with K-Beauty is that they obviously don't cater to a lot of skin tones. Like even when I was going to the K-Beauty stores, they have like 3 shades and they're all white. Very, very white. There are certainly brands who create products very exceptionally well for certain skin tones, and as it stands, it's been tough to find a shade that works for my skin tone. So I am going to try out the K-Beauty brands and see how they fare for us fair olive folk, and I will report back on that. But I just wanted to say again, thank you so much to everyone who's sending the product recommendations, and for those of you who have been in the dark like me on this whole pale olive journey, perhaps this is a little conversation that we can have together and find some products that work for us once and for all. And you know, I guess apparently we've all been living a makeup lie. Like we have been misunderstanding this undertone and this skin tone, and this has been so fun. I also just remembered, sorry, that another product I did pick up was the Salt New York Quad. You guys had mentioned a creator named Hannah Louise Poston and a collection that she did with Salt New York, so I absolutely picked that up. It is being delivered, I don't know when. It was so expensive shipping that to Canada. Oh my god, the conversion from USD was crazy. Yeah, sorry, I almost forgot about that one, but that was definitely like a top recommendation for you guys as well. So I will give that a test too. Holy, lots to come. I will certainly do a little part 2 and a deep dive in the K-Beauty world. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey. Love you all so much, and I'll see you all very, very soon for a new video. Bye!